Hi, this is John from BookBaby. In this video, we're going to cover the basics of our Prepress review. We'll discuss what the automation covers, what an operator reviews, and what they don't review. Let's start with the automation. After you upload your file, the first thing that happens is the canvas size of your PDFs are set to your order specs so that we can display an accurate proof for you to view and approve before you check out. No other checks or changes are being performed prior to checkout because it can take a long time to process depending on the size of the file you are uploading. After you have completed checkout, your file gets processed and prepared for print. Allowing automation to handle these tasks before a human operator sees your job helps us to review your files in a timely fashion by processing these tasks in the background. This way, an operator does not waste time waiting for these checks to be completed. At this stage, we are checking to make sure all of your images are in the color mode that matches your order, black and white or CMYK, checking image resolution, and checking that all of your fonts are properly embedded, subset, and not a Type 3 font. The operator is presented with a report, and areas of concern are highlighted for their review. Our resolution checks are data-driven, not visual. So if you have upsampled images in your document, the operator will not be alerted. Color changes are performed automatically due to the amount of files that are submitted in color for black and white books and RGB images instead of CMYK for color books. It's fine if you cannot properly supply your files in the correct color modes. Just know that supplying your files in the correct modes will provide you your best results because we won't need to make modifications, and your on-screen preview will be a much closer match to the finished book. Since we are able to rely on the automation to perform the measurable checks, the operator can utilize their expertise on subjective checks to make sure your book will look its best. The focus at this stage is looking over your files for bleed, making sure that elements have proper safety margins from cut lines and binding edges, verifying your pagination is accurate, confirming your headers and footers are not aligned to the binding edge, checking your page count and paper stock so we know the thickness of your book, and making sure your cover art aligns to those spine folds. Finally, we want to cover some things you may assume are being reviewed that are not part of our Prepress review. Prepress does not provide any type of spelling, grammar, or punctuation checks. It is not an editing service. If you would like editing, we do offer this, but it is a separate order that must be handled prior to your actual publishing order. We are not reviewing your creative choices or making any value judgments on whether your design looks good or would benefit from having our designers or some other professional do your design. And just a reminder, we strongly suggest you place an order for one printed book as a proof copy before printing a larger run.